family. Remind people it's
Yes.
Nikki and Denise here together.
That's right. Denise Roth, City Council at Large.
Just in case we had lost our place. Because it's been a little bit
Yeah.
since we last talked.
It has been. It's been a long time. Been too long. People
Well,
missed us.
Right. You and I have been talking. We just haven't been connecting back. But that's partially because one of the big milestones of the campaign has happened.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So that was on October 7th.
Yeah.
It was the primary election.
Oof. That was something, right? You were with me that day. Yes. Oh, my goodness.
I was quite elevated. And I wasn't even on the docket. But how are you feeling?
You did
talk us through this a little bit, right?
I know.
So before we do the big reveal on the results.
Okay.
Talk us through.
So here's the flaw in my whole plan. I went on and scheduled meetings all day that day. That was the first flaw. Because I figured I was like, all right, well, we've done all of the work. And so now it's up to the voters. We've delivered.
Which is actually what you told me that day. I was
Yes.
like, you're working? Are you kidding me?
Yes.
And you were like, make a plan, work a plan. The plan is in play.
Yes.
Now I need to stay distracted.
And then at some point, I was distracted by the distraction. Like I couldn't focus well because I was like, people are out there voting. And each moment that goes by, we're getting closer to polls closing. And oh my goodness, I'm on the ballot and they're voting like for or against me. Like that was happening like real time. And that was an experience. I've never felt that or experienced that before. And then I was thinking about the people who have run for there's some people who've been in office like 12, 16 years. That means like at first every 2 years they were going through this day where everyone was going out and judging them in some form or fashion. And you sort of left with, have you done enough of the things? Did you call enough of the people? All of this, just second guessing
it's
a little
that Christmas
bit.
night, Christmas Eve feeling, right?
Yes.
Like, did I do everything I was supposed to do?
Yeah.
I got to let it ride now.
Yeah. Yes.
And so,
then it was the slowest results, I think, ever in history. And I'm told by other seasoned candidates that it was really slow returns that night.
It did feel like it. I don't know what the background to that was, but it did feel a little bit like with 10 candidates in the at-large race.
Yes.
I was like, well, maybe it's just because, there's so many people and we have to really watch every precinct come in. Right?
Yeah.
Because at any point it could tip. That's how it felt to me.
Right. Exactly. And then we got focused because we're like, okay, we do have target precincts.
Correct.
So let's figure out how those are doing.
We did some data crunching.
And then, it stayed strong. It started strong and stayed strong.
Yes.
Which was
And
really
so
exciting. Thank you, Greensboro.
Yes. Congratulations. Yay. It ended with Denise pulling down the second highest number of votes in the at-large race.
Yes. Well, you know what? Also, someone said to me today that I also was the top third vote getter of all of the candidates.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Yeah. And I was very close. I mean, it was like tight top three.
Yeah. So that's important.
Yes.
Right? I mean, going forward, it doesn't guarantee anything necessarily.
No.
But it is reassuring, right?
Right.
To the point that you did the work in advance and then you let it play out on election day. And lesson learned, try to be lightly scheduled.
Yes.
On election day.
I have taken the day off. Like no meetings. Actually, I have one meeting. It's going to be early and then that'll be it.
Good. I think that like gets you up, gets you started.
Yeah.
And then, you can do what you need to do from there.
So I don't know if you remember us having this conversation, but it reminded me, remember when I was running a congressional campaign, and you were with me, and I was thinking about how we used to send the candidate to the polls. And we were always like, just to get them doing something, just to
go run around to all 75 precinct-based polling locations and report back.
Right.
Make sure you tell us how many voters have voted there today. It's very important.
Literature.
And guess what we did with that data? I mean, nothing right then, obviously. The next day we were doing the deep dives, but
Yeah, yeah. So I'm thinking I'm going to be running around at polls.
I think that's a great idea.
Yes.
It's also it's different in a municipal election, of course, than a congressional, but I think that it means that you get to be with the people, right? And really see and hear and interact with people.
Yes.
I think that's one of the exciting things you've been doing is every time you and I go somewhere, getting to talk to people about what they care about.
Yes.
Getting to actually meet them. And then they go, gosh,
Yeah, it's
Didn't
really
you have a story
nice.
from walking the precinct the other day where somebody was waiting to meet you?
Yes, she was so awesome. It is so energizing to go door to door and meet voters. And we had started in this one neighborhood. We were in Lindley Park, and we were walking down. There were these two ladies in the backyard, and they waved, and we waved. And then when I came back around, she was like, "We were hoping you'd come over," and she gave me a big hug, and
I mean,
we
that's
just thought
awesome.
it was such great energy, and that's exactly what this has been. Just the candidates forums, the meetings, the volunteers coming out. I mean, I still every weekend have had a crew of young men that go to school with my son that are doing lit drops. I mean, these guys are great, and they have been a key part of the campaign.
Because we want to cling to that, because the other narrative that came out of the primary was it was actually low voter turnout.
Yes. Oh, that was so disappointing. It was
Yeah.
only like 10%.
Yeah.
We can do better.
Yeah.
And we have so
And
many.
municipal is not always the highest turnout, right, comparatively, but
Right.
it's still, we really want people to make it relevant, right? To feel like, oh, I know Denise, I can call her because this is a problem, and I think this is a bigger picture issue for Greensboro.
Call me. Sorry. Distraction.
Or you can drop something in the comments.
Like, subscribe.
Yeah, we got to remember, right? There's all these different platforms on which we can interact with people.
Yeah.
So.
But to your point, though, I got to say that I was a bit surprised because there were 30 candidates running. People from across the city came and, filed to run. So they were bringing different constituencies, different perspectives. It's just so many people. And we have 5 council moves happening. Either people have retired or running for a different seat. So the idea that, I don't know if that doesn't turn people out like in full storm. I don't know what is the big change that will. But I know that since the primary, that candidates have really been pushing turnout, vote, take a friend, even don't care who you vote for, just go vote.
Right.
Yeah.
When you know me, so I'm like consummate optimist. People say this about me all the time, like overly optimistic, and believe in people still, right? And so I do think, I was wondering, right? This is my, we're going to see if my data pulls the correct thing down at the end. That, when there are a lot of candidates on the ballot, like 10 people in an at-large race, that's hard to do at the amount of research and really discern who's who. And same with the mayoral race. And when you've got more than just 2 people, sometimes for people, I feel like it's a little overwhelming. And so maybe we will see that people sort of
now that it's been pared down,
right?
It's like, okay, I can really pay attention.
And obviously and the other candidates are all trying to focus on get out the vote at this point. So.
Yeah, for sure.
So,
yeah.
So, but not a lot of time to actually celebrate.
No, not at all. Because it was like 4 weeks later. And I think 2 weeks later was their early voting was starting.
That's
like,
correct.
What? October 7th was the primary. And then October 16th was early voting.
So 10 days later.
10 days later was early voting.
Right. So early voting is already open.
It's open now. All 4 locations are open.
Mm-hmm.
Do I have that number right?
We're going to post a graphic, if we can, somewhere on our social media so that you can see where the early voting is available.
Yes, but all the locations are open.
Mm-hmm.
I think maybe it's 6.
I think it's 6.
Yeah, it is 6.
Although, like, Jamestown is not part of the Greensboro municipal voting, but they do have it there. So I think you could go either way.
Okay, right.
Okay, we're nerding out too hard.
Okay.
But the general election's coming up November 4th.
Yes.
Tuesday, November 4th.
Tuesday, November 4th.
That's the big day.
Election day.
Denise will not be in her office that day.
No, not coming.
Do not call her at the office that day.
No calls.
Call her personally.
No emails.
Us at the Denise Roth at City Council.
Yes, you can email the campaign.
Yeah. Oh, please.
Yes.
Please. We'll take care of you.
Yes.
And so, but in this, so again, it was only like 4 weeks literally between primary and general election.
Yes.
And so let's talk a little bit about so what do you do when you only have 4 weeks to kind of firm up and make sure that you get fully across the finish line?
Yeah. So, I think the one thing we learned primary night is whatever we were doing was working.
Mm-hmm.
So, and the campaign previously has been and will continue to be very focused on connecting with voters. And so the phone calls, the text messages, the door-to-door, And then what I layered in was just trying to knock on doors more, and especially in the precincts where I didn't do as well as I thought. What happened?
I mean, Denise has a high bar.
People. I do. I'm an overachiever.
So when she says didn't do as well, it doesn't mean that she did badly.
Right.
Which I keep reminding her.
She does. She does. But anyway, so I wanted to, and then doing meet and greets, because I really believe in the power of 10 when it comes to campaigns. It's a campaign math. For every one person, they tell 10 other people about meeting you. And so
that's actually evidence-based, by the way.
Oh, is it? Oh,
it's
good.
It's the same with like restaurants. They say like if you go to a restaurant and you don't like it, they'll tell 10 people.
Oh.
But if they like it, they don't really tell that many people, or they might tell one person. But that's there was a study done about that. So.
Oh, okay. Good to know. All right. Yeah. Well, I'm really going to lean into that. So we've been working with the power of 10 theory. And so I just like living rooms, driveways, and just bringing people together, talking, sharing ideas, sharing concerns, feedback. It's been really great. And then a lot of endorsements started to come through.
Well, and so before we move on from that,
yes.
I just want to say, if you have a small gathering that you would like to invite Denise, we would love to consider the calendar to come to your event. Because I think when you get to meet people in those kinds of settings, it's really not. So many people have just been like, how have we not met before? Right? Like just out in the community.
I know.
Because it's still we're a mid-sized city.
Right.
And so, but she's very warm and engaging and accessible.
I love meeting people.
And I think that people
love talking shop
that.
about policy. Yeah. Especially that part.
Yeah. Yes. So please, if you have those kinds of things, send them our way, and we'll, see if we can work them into the calendar in the next 2 weeks.
Yes. Please.
And of course afterwards, right? Like we're hoping afterwards, right? That, once you're in the seat.
Yeah. I love when people give me ideas about the podcast, like topics to discuss.
I always ask people like, what do you care about? What's an opportunity or bothering you in Greensboro right now?
Yeah.
And do you have anything that we should be talking about on the podcast?
Yeah. I think we should definitely do this, after we win and as a part of sort of a wrap up of city council meetings.
Yeah. I would love that.
Yeah,
I think it's really helpful to just kind of digest it because they're long.
Yes.
And so getting like the nuggets out of it so that you can access the information.
Yeah.
But also you've done candidate forums too. I know you've done a lot of those.
Yes, I have done a lot. I mean, 1 week, there were 7 in 1 week.
And maybe we might be able to figure out ways to link some of those for the education of the voters.
Yes, because many of them were recorded. Many have done Facebook Live, things of that nature. So we could make them available. We can pull
a couple of those.
Yeah.
But out of a lot of those, and meeting with, so part of that is a panel where you go and you seek the endorsement of a PAC, Political Action Committee.
Yes.
Or a designated organization.
Yes.
So let's talk about endorsements.
Yes.
Beyond mine.
Yay, thank you. I know, I have 9 endorsements.
Oh, that's a lot.
I know, it's a lot. And the thing I love is that it's across the community. It is community-based organizations. It is police and public safety. It's real estate and development. And I think, and I hope what's resonating is that people can trust me to be thoughtful, to not be reactive, but be considerate about what our long vision is and being inclusive in that vision. Yeah. So
that, right. It is huge, right? Because when you look at endorsements, I mean, we all have our own personal bent, right? Like I support this or that, and each of these groups have a lens through which they look at their political engagement. But when you are really getting segments of the broader community, right? And then it does show that you're able to work across, which is what we've been saying, what I've been saying about you is that you're a connector, a collaborator, and somebody who can see the whole big picture of things.
Yeah. And that, and there's some things that are really resonating. I think something that is really resonating just across the board is the idea of having a strategic vision for the city and then sort of setting a course and then seeing that through, being really focused on outcomes. I think both of those, like being strategic and focused on outcomes and holding ourselves accountable, I think those two parallels are something that is resonating across the board because, the reality is, like every good community, we have a lot of ideas and a lot of plans, but the question is, Are you getting started? Right. And there's some things that are underway, but a lot more for us to put in the bag. And I think that more than anything, there's a realization that this is an important moment. There's a lot of opportunity, and we need to be able to turn that opportunity into actual execution for the greater part of Greensboro.
I mean, and I want to touch on that point you just made about it being a pivotal time or an inflection point for the city, right?
Yes.
Because actually, if I recall correctly, when you first told me that you were thinking about running, and I was like, why would you?
Yes, you were so supportive.
Would you want to run? I mean, I want you to be in that role, right? But also, like, from a personal, like, as your personal friend, and the things that you have to, the effort that goes into being an elected official versus being a behind the scenes public servant.
Right.
It is different. The opportunities that you have, it's also different, the level of commitment.
You're right. Exactly.
But I think what you said was, this is such an important time in Greensboro because we've got all of these new employers coming in. Yeah. We have to continue to protect and honor the character, the culture that we have, what's amazing and beautiful about Greensboro.
Yes.
And also rise to the moment.
Yes.
And not be left behind. Right. So all of those things are true at one time.
Right.
And so I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I know.
I see that.
You were, and then you were fully 100% in, which is awesome. But it's remaining true that I really think if we get this moment right, we are going to be able to ensure that across this community, everyone's circumstance improves. We're going to create career paths for young people that they can see themselves living in this community, for small businesses that are have that great idea and looking for the partner to partner up with, that we're going to create those partnerships for them, for entrepreneurs that are burgeoning in on the forefront or just on the precipice of what's future for them. We're going to create all those opportunities, and at the same time, we are going to invite others into our communities to make this their home, but integrate them in a way that really is a Greensboro way. So I'm excited about the innovations we're going to discover. I'm excited about how we will be at the forefront of mobility, of innovation and mobility in the future of transportation and people connectedness. And that's what's happening here in Greensboro. It is about people connected. It's about how this nation will actually go through that. And it's happening right here. We are ground zero for that.
And it's pulling together the things we can control. There's things we can't control, right? But being able to just keep looking for those innovations. Yeah. And even in the not so shiny and fun parts, right? Because I think we were at an event recently and we were talking about, it's not so exciting to talk about sewer and water.
Right.
But that is a huge component of success for all these other things we've talked about. Housing, employment, employers, just across the spectrum. Your infrastructure can't be overstretched either, or you're really going to run into some these shiny things that you've attracted now become, I don't know, like
albatross.
Fire Festival that came to me.
Well, it would become an albatross, right? Like the thing that was going to lift you up is actually dragging you down, and that is the risk. But that's what we're going to make sure we do well. We're going to really think deeply about what has to be done. We're going to be honest with ourselves, and we'll be transparent with the public around how we need to achieve these things. And we're going to be creative, and looking for resources in places we haven't before, making the case in ways we haven't done previously. So I am really excited. I think it will be a lot of hard work. I was describing something during my News and Record. News and Record is actually endorsing again this year. They haven't in many, many years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I think since 2017, maybe they said. But so I was asking a question during my News and Record interview. And basically the question said, that sounds really hard, right? Like, how are you going to put all of those things together? So I'm like, it is hard. And there's a lot of hard things for us to do, but this is a moment for it. And once we do that, we're going to come out the other side stronger for it.
Yeah, you can't just avoid the hard things.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, that's actually the failure of leadership, to avoid hard things.
Right. That's right.
So,
yeah.
So kudos to you. One,
Thank you.
for deciding to even put your name on the ballot.
Yes.
And then two, for showing out strong.
Thank you.
On the night of.
Yay.
And I guess from here forward,
So from here
Best
forward,
wishes.
thank you. So if people want to get involved, they can come to the website, sign up to volunteer. The notices go directly to me and Nikki. We are going out every weekend and canvassing and lit drops. And we are also doing meet and greets. So look for those too in your neighborhood, coming to one near you.
Or invite us.
Or invite us over.
And we will hopefully see you on Election Day at the polls.
Yes.
If you don't go and vote early.
Yes.
Make sure you take your opportunity.
Yes.
Don't waste your shot.
And I hope that I've
earned
your
the whole
vote.
Hamilton thing. I'm not throwing away my shot.
Do not throw it away.
That was enough cheese to end on.
Yay.
And scene. Thank you guys so much for sitting through us being nerds and gigglers.
Yes, thank you.
She is really, I think, such a great asset for Greensboro.
Thank you,
so
Nick.
I hope we will actually see you at the polls.
Yes.
Like, subscribe, and email us if you want. Thanks so much.
Yay.